Welcome to the Overlanders Podcast. Overlanders Podcast is here to shed light on all things business in the outdoors. My name is Jaime, and I'm with my good amigo, Kingston.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up, guy?
We're back.
Another week, another good one for you guys.
Hell yeah.
This one's gonna be light, fun,
Yeah.
rainbows, butterflies,
Unicorns.
and Ram eco diesels.
But not.
Yeah,
Not right now.
soon though, you know.
Okay, so straight to the point.
Let's have you spearhead this one, dude.
All right.
Send it.
Because I know about all the gears.
Do you though?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, overlanding, beginner's guide to overlanding. That's it.
Finger guns.
All right,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, we were like thinking of ideas and we're like, why haven't we done that?
I know.
Because it's like, we could, easy peasy.
Because I think it's a good one because people probably like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. You have to do all this shit to your truck. You have to whatever.
Yeah.
And I think you can keep it relatively simple. You know? It's like
I think kind of going over what we did maybe, and then kind of like looking back, like what would have been beneficial
to just start with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I agree with
over
that,
some
dude.
stuff
For sure.
Or whatnot,
I saw something online that was really interesting, and it was like the terminology for starting off with overlanding. It's like treating your truck like a backpack, like because overlanding is essentially like self-reliant camping. So it's not just going away for like a nice little weekend. It's like if shit goes down,
you gotta be prepared.
You don't have service for AAA. You got to be prepared. You got to make sure you have all your shit ready to go.
Yeah, gotcha. That makes sense,
right?
Yeah. That's an extra good analogy, actually. Now, like thinking about it, I'm like, damn,
the whole podcast just changes now.
Anyways, but yeah, I think before we, get too far into it, it's like you do not need like the crazy stuff. Like, I think it's like, a bad idea to dive into something without like giving it a little bit of a try.
Yeah,
just test the waters and then go into it. I mean, if you're into camping, like you kind of already know, but would you like to take it a little bit further?
Yeah.
Like you can test it out in a way that it's not going to friggin' make you broke.
Yeah. Also just like the typical, I think that's where there's a meme floating around right now. That's pretty hilarious. And it's a guy like talking to his significant other or whatever. She looks super annoyed. And he's like,
oh, it's the Paris Hilton meme.
Is it Paris Hilton?
Yeah, I think it was.
Damn. But he's like, basically, it's a tent that I put on top of my car, and I only use it 4 times or 3 times a year.
And it costs $4,000.
It costs $4,000. That's like a tent that I have to climb into a ladder to get into.
It's a little tree fort.
So just because a rooftop tent. Oh yeah, if you get into it, you don't have to get a rooftop tent.
Yeah. You don't need a rooftop tent at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's the funniest thing. I feel like people just throw it on and be like, overland.
Yeah. No, I think the meme is like super true, kind of.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but like like for me, I just had one of those one person REI tents for a long time.
Yeah, those are sick. They're
they're like so easy to set up.
Yeah.
And they're great. Like sleeping with no rain fly on and just tent is actually kind of awesome.
Yep.
And I for a second, like when I had the Montero, I had a rooftop tent and then I didn't have one and I was in the tent just hanging for a little while until I think it was in between tents or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's actually like, it's pretty like
way more compact too.
It's kind of freeing. Like how relaxing is it to wake up in a tent?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Like like I said, with no rain fly on, you're falling asleep staring at stars. Like,
yep,
dude, win-win.
Okay, so I think the tent, that's like a funny one. And I wanted to kick it off because I think that's what everyone, and it's you can just go with the freaking tent.
I think a 1-person tent at REI might be like $150.
Totally.
Maybe.
And you can probably get one at Walmart, dude, or like Amazon for cheaper.
Yeah. I think that's one thing though. Like because I still have my 1-person tent. It's like if you,
I know where you're going with this.
You know what I mean? Like maybe you get a nicer one. I'm literally looking up 1-person tent on REI.
I think a big.
Oh wow, they can be pricey.
Oh,
Anyways,
for sure.
they do have a 1-person.
Like at a 3 Seasons tent.
It's a Passage 1 tent with footprint for $139.
That's awesome.
I have the quarter dome, which is $300, but I don't remember paying that much.
Maybe you got it like
so long ago.
What is it called? REI Garage is like the hooked up or outlet. REI outlet. I can't remember.
So they got like some nice Alps mountaineering ones for $163
on the outlet.
On the outlet. $124 from Mountain Summit gear. Like, dude, yeah. REI is the place to go for this type of thing.
Totally.
Anyways, but a 1-person or a 2-person tent if you have 2 people, but just like a basic ass tent, like something that's a little bit nicer than Walmart for sure.
Yeah, it'll last you.
It'll last you forever.
I like that one liner that I don't know where I heard it, but it was buy one, cry once. Buy once, cry once.
I did that a lot with this last truck.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Just because like I knew like it's like eventually you will learn that the stuff that you want, you just gotta like commit and then boom, then it's like then done deal and then
set the cash
you don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so I think there's a big miscommunication that you're like getting into it is very expensive. Just like right off the bat is super expensive.
Yeah.
So the 2 biggest ones that I would like to like chime in on is if you have a vehicle, 4-wheel drive would be the most beneficial, but the 2 biggest ones, it's ground clearance and tire choice.
Yeah, those will help you a lot.
Because ground clearance is just like a guaranteed way, like you're not going to get yourself into some hairy situations and you could potentially get yourself out of with enough momentum. And then the tires, it's like...
Tires are important.
So freaking important, dude. Why wouldn't you want... It's like wearing good shoes.
Yeah, like hiking boots.
It's yeah.
Same, like good analogy because it's like...
You wouldn't wear Converse to go hiking.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
People have and they look ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't stoked on, that afterwards. But,
totally.
But yeah, like tires are a good one because like you could have a 2-wheel drive F-150 and still do a lot of things.
And hang with the boys because you know how to get there.
Because he literally does. So yeah, like you can definitely do things for sure.
It's ground clearance was such a big player though.
Yeah.
Because when you buy stock trucks, they're meant to tow and haul.
Yeah.
So you make the little conversions. I wouldn't recommend getting a level kit. You're just like asking for something bad to happen if you hit it hard enough on the front end. So just go for the starting kit from like a Bilstein or something like that.
Yeah.
And that'll give you that extra little.
You're talking about like a cheap like spacer kit.
Yeah, if you get like the cheap ones everywhere sells them. They literally call them like a spacer
or hockey pucks.
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, that stuff will destroy your suspension.
Yep.
Down the road.
Yeah,
and then it's going to end up costing more than just paying for a nice like level kit from like iBot or whoever that makes your suspension.
You can leave your rear end stock and just change the front end suspension and it'll probably cost you like $300.
Yeah, because most trucks have a rake to it, so you're gonna lift it 1 to 2 inches or whatever, and it will level out, and it'll be great.
And you have ground clearance.
Yeah, and then you get into the my truck came with 33s, but I leveled it, and I could fit 35s.
Yeah,
so it's like just that little bit made me able to run a bigger tire, which
gave you more lift too.
Yeah, a bigger tire gives you more lift, and it gives you like more like so. Since I have an 18-inch rim, my sidewall is bigger on the 35 than 33, which is more beneficial for off-roading.
Yep, that's actually a really good point. Like you can fit bigger tires because you need that sidewall, which is interesting enough. Like that's a big player when it comes to driving.
Because when you air down,
you need that.
You need it because you're not gonna. Well, like if you air down and you have no sidewall, you're just gonna be hitting your rim constantly.
Yep. Or even like if you're having to crawl a little bit through some scenarios, like that sidewall grip, that comes into play too. Okay, that one was a really simple start. We had ground clearance, some tires. You can do it with the CRV. You can do it with your RAV4. You can do it with your Subaru. You can do it with your
Ridgeline.
Your Ridgeline. Ridgeline. I don't know why that became such a meme, dude.
Because it was like scary true how awesome it is.
How well built they are.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I think after those two things, the next one would be like figuring out storage, because you do bring a lot. And the idea with going overlanding and properly overlanding is getting enough gear that consistent with enough food, gas, water, and clothes to last the entire expedition.
Yeah.
So if you're gone for a week, the idea is to be like self-reliant for a week, which if that's the case, you're going to need storage. You can buy, I've seen people just buy like the Costco or Target cases, but I think having like some good cases that will last you, you can use them as like, also you can stack them, use them as tables, put them on top of your rack, in the wherever.
Yeah.
But investing in some proper storage is good.
Yeah. So this last trip, I went on a trip with this guy Jackson that helped me film my walk around video, and he had all of his. I mean, this, I don't mean to like call him out, but he's probably listening to it.
What do you have?
But he had those like Home Depot black and yellow, whatever, which worked well, but he accidentally left it in front of his vehicle and accidentally ran it over.
That's crazy.
And just like crushed it, like
demolished.
No turn, like there's just not using it. So you know what I mean, like, but if you did it with like, I feel like the Front Runner Wolfpack is like the best overall because it's like low. It's like a low priced item.
I like that they're stackable.
Stackable.
In a good.
And they're like really, space. Squared out. And you can buy like high lids on them and stuff. Anyways, like I don't think that would crush as easily.
No.
Yeah.
I think, but that's what people, when they think, oh, I just need a storage box, the first place they go to is like Target or Costco, and they just buy like the yellow one. I have a bunch of buddies
that's fine too.
Yeah, it works.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
don't have to get bougie with it, but
no, like you should get Alu boxes. Just kidding. But no, like, like this is what I'm saying. Like, testing things out.
Yep.
Like the size of the boxes is like pretty important. And like, if you can, figure out like if you want to spend that like a lot of cash on like an Alu box or whatever, you can figure out the size of it beforehand, and then you're not going to buy like a huge case or too small of case, like going into it that would the size is going to work,
what you're going to need.
Yeah.
And each one is awesome. I think like if you have the max amount of boxes I probably would do is like 4, which is kind of a lot of boxes.
That seems like a lot, but
if you're going for like a long one, because I would like to,
especially if you don't have, I guess if you don't have like built-in storage like I do, or even like you have, well, no, you have bins, but
I do. But what I was gonna say is like a lot of people, like let's say Kingston's truck has like onboard air system, but I don't. I have, so like all my recovery pretty much takes up one box. It has my tow strap, the shackles, it has my air compressor, it has everything in one. And that's like, I never use that box very often, but that takes up an entire box of just recovery gear.
Yeah.
Like the simple stuff.
Yeah.
And then the food.
Yeah. Food is like a whole, like a case in itself.
And almost like a case and a half, depending on how much food you do bring.
Yeah. Actually talking about food is like the Dometic coolers.
Yeah, that's actually really smart to do.
They're sick, right? But if you look around, there's like other brands, and a company that actually is owned by Dometic is like MobiCool.
Yeah,
and it's like really low, like
well priced
hurdle to get over, like to get into a refrigerated mobile unit. Yeah, I think it's like under $300.
Wow. So Dometic, they probably launched it, and then Dometic probably bought them.
Yeah,
it was like their entry level company.
I'm assuming that it's like just like a cheaper. I mean, I had one, and so I gave it to my brother.
Yep.
And I gave him a PLB like battery thing that Dometic makes.
Yeah.
And so now he uses it like just all the same. Yeah, $299.
Oh yeah, they look cool. They're like kind of a retro vibe to it.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
That's cool.
I don't know if that's the one I gave him, but like, yeah, $299,
$279.
Yeah.
So again, barrier to entry.
Dude, so much cheaper than a Dometic. Like,
yep,
$1,000 I think is for a Dometic. Yeah, $289,
and made by the same company. So there you go.
I mean, it's like it's definitely going to work more and use a little bit more battery, but I think, yeah, I mean, like this is a sick option.
That's crazy. I didn't even. I keep seeing them, and not until you told me, I was like, that makes sense that Dometic owns them.
Yeah, I mean, like you said,
I'm going to actually touch back on a point with the ground clearance.
Okay.
So I've had a couple issues on trips where it could have gone really bad, where my truck was sitting too low. Like I leveled it properly, but I just have so much weight on my truck right now that the back was like kind of sagging too much.
Oh, yeah.
And your undercarriage, make sure it's pretty protected. Like I don't have skid plates. I know a lot of people do run skid plates or factory skid plates. It comes with it. Like if you have like a certain TRD or off-road package or whatever.
Yeah.
But the main reason I was, yes, to ease the rear end, and you can get springs or airbags. But yeah, I remember vividly, like I saw my rear diff just like dragging because I was like so flexed out and just like in a bad scenario. And I was like, this would ruin. There's no way of getting out of this if I knock my rear diff so hard or puncture something underneath my truck. So just make sure like with that, like you're visually, it's like, yes, aesthetically cool, whatever, but also underneath, make sure your shit's protected too, because you don't want to get punctured and stuck out there.
Yeah, I think that's where like, yeah, protection is important, and then, but also you can prevent those things by knowing your limits, right?
Boom, great point, dude.
Not do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
like there's definitely like river crossings or whatever. Right? Well, that's actually not the example I was thinking of, but
talk about that one.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. But there's definitely times that I've turned around because I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, because it's not worth it. Like I'm not doing this shit for the gram. I'm doing it to keep the truck alive for the longest period I possibly can because I paid for it. You know what I mean? I want to use this for other trips.
Why? Like the idea is to enjoy and like be reliant on your vehicle, not to like over stress your vehicle and boom, you're out. Like it could be someone's daily. That's a really good point though, dude. Know your limits when you're doing this shit, like trail ratings. If you look at it and you're like, I'm going to potentially flip my truck or whack it super hard. It's like, why would you even send it? Unless it's like,
if you got the money to do it, then go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're a beginner to overlanding,
no, we can't get. That's like it shouldn't even be in your fucking playbook right now. Like you should be hitting like Joshua Tree or like sand should be your biggest enemy. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
And then you got a very easy thing is traction boards.
Yeah,
dude, so easy.
So have you ever bought any of the cheaper traction boards? Yeah,
I had the Smitty built ones.
How did they work?
They worked. But like again, like Max Tracks are worth the money, but like if you're not using them, like if you're traveling, like let's say I don't know, like you have like 3 or 4 big trips during a summer, like I don't think you need Max Tracks.
No,
I think you can get away with some cheaper traction boards.
Yeah,
and like there's those. I don't know, tread 4x4. Like there's Go Treads, which is actually supposed to be a really good one.
Yeah,
and I think it's
way more compact.
Yeah, that those are great for. I've actually recommend those for more people like Subarus and stuff. Like they do make Max Tracks minis and stuff and whatnot, but the Go Treads are like just pack up really well and they come in like a case and stuff. So
we did talk about that a little bit. Today and in previous episodes, but your recovery gear, I would recommend just starting cheap in the beginning because it's like it's in those it's in those shit moments where it's like I'd rather have spent like at max $200 on some Amazon shit and then it potentially just saved your whole trip versus just being like, damn, I didn't even bring anything and you're just stuck out there.
Yeah. The other thing too is you should be traveling with other people.
A lot of people don't.
And I know, but like
crazy.
If you're doing something that is new to you, I think that's I think that's something that, you should consider is just doing trips, here and there with friends and then do ones alone all you want, but you learn a lot more when you're like comfortable with your surroundings and the people you're with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know,
and you also learn. I like the best way I learn is when I go with people that have done it, and regardless beyond overlanding, just people that have done stuff prior, and I pick certain things up from them. You know.
Yeah.
So if you're new to it, go with someone that's done it before, and they'll give you tricks to enhance your next experience.
Yeah,
you get to lock the wheels, dude. Okay, cool.
All good.
If you're on YouTube at Roaming Lost,
we're struggling on
the table keeps shifting. But, no. So, okay.
There we go.
So we have some storage, like for example, Kingston brought up the guy that he went with. He had just a basic one. He ran it over, boom, the whole thing explodes. And now you're just like stuck with everything everywhere and trying to figure out how to keep it together. So maybe buy some nicer boxes, level your shit out so you have some more ground clearance. Definitely invest in some tires. You wouldn't go hiking in Converse, and if you are, you're a savage. Savage mode, bruh. And then what else? So that's 3. Food, you brought up a great one. So what's it called? Mobicool.
Yeah.
That's a good entry level.
You do need a battery for that, so something like a Gold Zero or the Dometic PLB. Yeah.
Yep.
Which are useful and not just like camping, but like just in general.
Yep. People were in the beginning were all obviously hot and excited for Yeti, but we'd figured out recently that Arctic makes the exact same product at a fraction of the cost. So yeah, you can always buy good
I rocked a Yeti for a long time.
I still have my Yetis, but then shout out to Igloo. They flossed us all out, and Igloo also makes a really good cooler too.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works,
Whatever works, just keep your food
cold. And if
cold.
you already have gear, like, I don't know, that you've been camping for a while and it's getting more and more common that you're going out, it's like, don't worry about getting all the new stuff. It's
right then and there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to rock a shitty cooler in the beginning. Yeah. Just whatever one I had in.
Yeah, I think that you guys are, or not you guys, but you've always like been pretty like down to just use what you got.
Yes.
And that was definitely like refreshing.
Yeah, it was super refreshing. It was refreshing it was funny because I feel like we balanced each other out when in the beginning we started going.
I'm all about buying shit.
Because I'd be like, damn, bro, like you're full send on this stuff. And he'd be like, yeah. And you want anything? And I was like, yeah, I'll take some stuff.
Yeah. No, I think that I just
but I could hang. That's like the funny part about getting into it. It was like
totally
just go with what you have in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's like super key is like just you're good to go as long as you have your basics covered and like and remember that literally like any trip you go on there's an REI, there's like
always an REI,
there's always something to cover you if you like forget something or lose something or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've done every freaking trip I leave something behind.
Yeah.
And then I mean that's my own fault. I should make a list and etc. But
you're saying before you go you forget something?
Oh, always.
Damn.
Like tripod and things that like you shouldn't forget as like a creator or whatever.
Yeah. I have a question for, like this one's specific to you and probably other people that have dogs, but was it hard bringing Shadow in the beginning, like car camping specifically with a dog?
No.
Was it a learning curve or was it just?
I think that it wasn't that hard, but I had a dog before, but I didn't go camping with them. So I guess that doesn't count. But the camping with like a puppy, like when they're really small, was yeah.
Oh damn.
That's where the cleanup really like sparked. Because the dog wasn't able to like run around because there's glass and like if you like stepped on something or ate something, then you're like really screwed.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the dog thing is definitely like you're gonna learn how to do it, but I don't think it was that difficult.
No. Okay. I mean I think that's good because
Shadow is also really good off leash. Like
yes.
But
Oh,
again,
you know what you do?
What?
You put the little light on his collar.
Yeah.
So visually.
Yeah, because he will walk off at night and then you're like, huh? And then you just whistle and then he comes running from some direction.
Yeah.
But the I think that's like the biggest point of that is that you have to training is like no joke.
Yeah, you don't want to just bring a wild dog out there.
Yeah, and you don't want to be liable for that. Like that dog, like maybe because Shadow's so like friendly that I have no problem letting him just like walk up to people.
Yeah.
But
imagine if you would like to bite someone on the trail and it's like, that's such a headache.
So scary.
Very scary.
Because that not only for the person, but for that dog, it's like,
yeah.
I think in California, if your dog attacks someone, they have to put them down.
Something like that. Dude, one time I was camping, like kind of more backcountry-ish, and miraculously, there was 2 other people camping back there that didn't know each other. And one of them had a dog, the other one had a dog. And the dogs collided and like weren't friendly. Oh. And it ruined the vibe because now one owner's yelling at this one that like fucking put like, constant yelling. And I'm like, holy Toledo. So like, yeah, know your dog. Yeah, know your dog when you go.
Yeah, you don't want, and for the dog's sake, you don't want to put them in an uncomfortable environment.
Very true.
But if you like Gary just got that rescue and like seems probably such a good dog and like I mean rescues are tough because you don't know what they've dealt with in the past, and then you got to deal with that on the fly, but yeah, just giving them like giving them experience and the opportunity to learn,
trusting them. But you actually bring up, that leads into another good one, is making sure, like if you were to bring a dog and something were to go down, or even with you, making sure you have a first aid kit. Like I'm pretty big on bringing like the simplest stuff. Like I've always kept like a small case of like everything, from like Band-Aids to Neosporin to wraps, just like the simplest stuff, because stuff goes down sometimes. Yep. And you don't want to just be bleeding everywhere and no one even has Neosporin or like rubbing alcohol or something like that. So make sure you have a first aid kit out there.
Yeah. And REI is a great place for that because they actually have a doggy first aid kit.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
And then obviously a human version.
Yep.
They have all kinds of variations of their human first aid kits, but yeah, like they do have a doggy one in like I think it's separated into the dog section, but they have it, and it comes with like things that would come with other kits, but I think some things like tweezers it comes with, and like
the simplest stuff.
Yeah, the simplest stuff, and then you don't have to worry about it because it's in my car. It's in like a Ziploc type packaging, so you just you break it out when you need it. Yeah,
so like essentially recovery gear, but for yourself if you need to recover somehow and keep the trip going. Yeah, totally. You know what's another interesting one that I saw recently online? Like someone ran into a scenario is, do you have a, Jesus, what am I trying to, like a car jack? Yeah. You do, but yours came with it, right? No. Mine's, did you buy one? I have a safe jack. Huh. So it's basically basically like a regular jack, but it has like extensions to it. Okay. And then it allows you to lift a more, a taller vehicle. Because yours, it's not the stock height. No, it's not stock height. And then, but I have sliders that you can use to lift from. So there's actually like, you can use a frame or like your lower control arm, or depending on what you're trying to do on the vehicle. But, but like things like hijacks, like you need like a slider or a steel rear bumper to use them. Yeah, you can't just throw them in the back of your you can't just throw them underneath like a car door or something. No, it'll crush it. Yeah, those things I've never used them. Those things look scary as hell, dude. Yeah, they're not like, I don't know. I've never seen anyone use one. Yeah. Okay, well, once, but have you? Yeah, but it was like, it's sketchy. It's all tension. It's not ideal. Right? Yeah. When you're pulling down, it's creating this weird tension to lift up. Yeah. And the arm is, if you let it go, it just. Yeah, the handle will go right into your door. Yeah. If any, or just doing like before you go, with your car and you feel like you're all dialed in and it feels all nice and ready to go, just do a clean sweep, you know, like make sure you have an air gauge with you. Like if you're on the trail, just making sure your tire, like if you're going to deflate and then you don't even know what your tires are when you get back onto a paved road, like, dude, come on.
I mean, some new cars have the gauges and stuff in it.
Man, mine, a lot of cars still don't though.
Okay.
Oh, so just in case, what happens if you don't? So air gauge, just some type of jack. If you need to jack your truck up to get out of scenarios, or just swap the spare.
Tow rope.
That's
a good one.
That's all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
I think Factor 55 makes like it's a made in USA solid recovery kit systems, like different levels of them. You know, people with winches, people not. Like I don't have a winch, but I have the kit. That's what I have, is like a Factor 55 kit. It's an Awani, I think it is.
From kit. Factory 55?
Yeah, because it comes with tow rope, soft shackles.
Oh, you're right. You bought that recently, I would say, huh?
When I think it was like when I got the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, super useful, and like they do all their like crazy testing, so it's not legit. Like it's super legit.
Made in the USA too.
Yeah.
When you have recovery gear, if you ever been in those scenarios, do you have gloves? Do you have like mechanics or like just like a pair of like leather gloves?
I have like these like tactical.
Yeah, but you have gloves, right?
But I do have gloves.
I would recommend. Yeah, I always have gloves in the back seat.
The gloves are super key if you are in the cold weather or rainy weather. Like when we were in Oregon, it was raining. I was wearing gloves.
I always bring gloves
because you gotta like it shit sucks to like in your cold and wet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hands are first to go.
Hands are first to go, dude. Those moments or those mornings when it's so freaking cold and like you just like knock your finger and it hurts fucking bad.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I started carrying always is
gloves.
The gloves.
Yeah, see?
Even just like the knit ones.
Yeah, those are
the cheap ones.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when we're chopping wood, I was just rocking them, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. We talked recovery gear, car jacks, making sure you do a quick 4-point inspection on your vehicle.
Shelter. A little bit about food. Food's an easy one if you know what you like to eat, obviously. But
yeah, I feel like meal planning, people take that pretty far. It's pretty simple, I would say.
Well, if you don't want to plan, you just go to REI and buy the meals. Yeah. Easy.
We actually didn't talk too much about sleeping scenarios. You know what's a big company? It's a small company, but I see them doing big things in the future, is Luno Life. So it's this company that makes mattresses, like air mattresses, but specific for a vehicle. So like they'll go around the wheel well. If you have a Subaru, like they make a specific air mattress for the inside of your Subaru. Oh, okay. They make like car shades.
They have like the Jeep Sleep kind of ones.
I just saw that one too.
Yeah, that was cool. And it just deflates or inflates in the exact positions that it needs to be. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I'm sure they'll do one for like the Bronco. Yeah. Any kind of SUV is kind of cool.
Yeah. So if you don't want to make, I've never even priced those out to see if they're expensive or not.
Yeah. Cause with a tent, you need a mattress pad, a sleeping bag, and the tent. Mm-hmm. But if you got one of those, then you just need a sleeping bag.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because they come with pads.
That's actually a super important one is I've never heard of that brand.
It's pretty cool, dude. They follow us on Easy. But see, it's not that cheap. It's $280.
But that's cheaper than buying and it splits in half like that.
They're badass.
So that's cheaper than buying a tent and a sleeping bag.
Good point, dude.
So now you just buy that, a tent and sleeping pad. Yeah, sleeping pad. All you would need to buy is $280 plus a sleeping bag.
That's it.
And you're done. Huh. I would love one of those in an SUV.
They've hit me up in the past, but
where would you put it though?
Well, or just to partner up somehow.
Let's buy a Bronco.
Dude, it works as a company write-off because it's over 6,000 pounds.
Okay. No, I don't think Bronco is over 6,000.
Yeah, I did the research already.
No way. Yeah. So we need an Overland Bronco?
Yeah.
I think so.
Just scratching my head over here. Damn it.
I mean, they're pretty cheap from what I looked up.
For a base model, right?
Yeah, or no, I would get like the Badlands Sasquatch, like full blown whammy jammy crazy,
like the
Bronco. I don't know where I was going with that.
whammy jammy. Okay, I think we touched on good shit. Obviously, lighting. I feel like the simplest stuff, dudes. It's like
Honestly, lighting is so not important.
like a headlamp.
Are you talking about like I'm talking about off road lighting,
Shit,
like
dude.
driving lighting.
I feel like if you just get those little nightlight little pods or something, just something, dude, just to get yourself started.
Yeah, like ditch lights, maybe.
Something,
Not
dude.
even. Just little pods. Yeah.
Just little pods.
I mean,
because what happens if you're out there and it's dark as hell and you just...
Well, you could get one of those like magnetic lights and just fucking strap it to your head.
You just have one guy sitting out there with like a massive...
Just sitting on the roof, just like with a big ass light.
That'd be funny.
Big fluorescent tube.
Yeah. The trends of overlanding, I think, have really made it confusing for a lot of the youngsters getting into it.
I think that's why we wanted to do this episode is that, you don't like, it's hard. I mean, it's like, it's anything on Instagram. It's like hard to watch and then be like, damn, I need that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think everyone needs that.
Yeah. And we've talked about it too. Kingston and I in the beginning, where it was like, I feel like it's hard to preach what we're preaching because if you look at our trucks, like, we have like the lights and we have the tents and the tracks and this and that.
I don't want to come off as ungrateful for what I have, but
we did it because we figured out over time.
Yeah, what we want.
Everything on my truck, I feel like serves a purpose. So
yeah, totally.
But in the beginning, dude, you definitely just said start. And what if you hate it? What if you're like overlanding is ridiculous? Which is
dropped all that money for nothing.
Which is rare.
That would hurt.
I think everyone has a little bit of overland inside of them.
Yeah, I mean,
little exploration.
There's definitely like something about it that everyone enjoys, for an obvious reasons. But yeah, like there's no reason why not to try it for just a little bit.
Yeah,
or low, entry, like low cost entry.
Question for you: what do you use for showering?
Nothing.
You don't shower?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
No, I would just use, I guess just wipes.
Wipes. Oh, we've talked about that.
Just wipes. It's easy.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like you could go crazy. I have a shower in the truck, but there's definitely no reason.
This one's interesting. This is
that's what you have.
The little Helio, the portable shower.
Like I mean, it's pretty cool, but would you need it?
We've used it to wash dishes.
Totally.
Well, your shit's crazy now because then you put the whole onboard system.
But I think like
I've used it before. But it had been warm. I used it in Sequoia and like national parks before when it was warm.
Yeah.
Easy little rinse off after like a long hike.
Yeah.
But see, that's not even overlanding. So I don't know.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just say, I mean, it's overlanding, it's camping. Camping is overlanding, whatever.
You'd probably benefit from having some form of like a pressurized little, even a foot pump or like the ones where you can hang on. They
have like those like road showers.
Those are cool. Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called.
Okay. We can't forget the last important one because most times when you hit that trail, what do? You lose service.
Yeah.
So why? Let's hear it from the man himself because we're always seeming to bank on you knowing where the hell we're going. So, what do you use and why do you use it and why is it amazing when you lose service?
So, yeah, I mean, I think we all know where this is going.
Shameless.
But yeah, Onyx is the way to go.
Yeah.
No joke. It's because everyone has a phone, so there's no need to buy like a Garmin like crazy GPS thingy.
No.
And you can basically use your phone and you're going to lose service. But what you're going to want to do is save those maps offline and you can do so on Onyx. And then when you're, what I've been starting to do more of is recording my tracks because obviously like the forest roads will get confusing maybe. And then you're going to want to backtrack maybe. And then you're going to want to see where you went. So when you're recording those tracks, you can actually do that just like on the fly right there.
And yeah, especially when you don't have service.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's like the biggest one.
Yeah, so you'll save your map offline, and then you'll basically have like the resolution and everything there, so you don't have to wait for it to load up. Because then if you don't do that, then it just kind of like it pixelates and like does that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I think nailed that, by the way. Good job. Boom. Good job. But today is Memorial Day, by the way. So hopefully you guys had a great Memorial Day and you guys were able to get out there either with the family, with the boys, with the crew, with your girl, whatever. But today is the last day. You can get Onyx off-road at 30% off. So get it for this summer, get a discount. You can buy it now for $21 a year for 50 states, or get the whole premium subscription for $70 a year. So that's Onyx Off-Road. Memorial Day ends today. That's our little plug for the cast. That's it.
Yep.
Hit us up. We have been, loving coming up with these topics, but we'll do a Q&A. I missed that Q&A was fun.
Yeah, we could do that.
We do another Q&A would be super fun.
When this goes live, we'll post on stories like the questions thing, and you can submit a Q&A or a question.
Yeah.
But we're going to give you the answers.
So aggressive. All right, guys. Happy Memorial Day.
All right. See you guys.